Most people think gaining muscle takes years of lifting, eating 6 meals a day, and spending hours in the gym. But that's not true. In fact, you can gain muscle fast if you understand how your body actually works. And it starts by unlearning what most people get wrong. The biggest reason most people fail to grow muscle fast is because they try doing too much or the wrong things. Your body can only recover and grow from so much. So trying to do more actually slows you down. But if you do just a few things right, consistently, it changes everything. Let's start with the biggest myth, that you need to bulk hard and dirty to gain muscle. You don't. A massive calorie surplus just adds fat. And science proves it. You can grow just as much muscle without the fat gain by eating in a slight surplus with enough protein. This meta-analysis from 2020 found that eating just 150 to 250 extra calories per day, combined with proper resistance training, leads to nearly the same amount of muscle growth as large surpluses, but far less fat gain. So more isn't better. Smarter is better. Now that you know how to eat, let's talk training. You can't just show up and lift random weights. You need a plan, one designed to create the right kind of stress that tells your body, we need more muscle. And most people completely mess this part up. Here's what works best: full body or upper-lower workouts, 3 to 5 times a week. Focus on compound lifts, squats, bench, deadlifts, rows, and make sure you hit each muscle at least twice a week. Why? Because frequency and volume, not just intensity, drive hypertrophy. One study compared training a muscle once per week versus 2 to 3 times per week. The more frequent groups saw nearly 2 times the muscle growth, with the same total volume. So if you're still doing a bro split, that's probably holding you back. But training hard isn't enough. You also need to train smart. That means progressive overload. If your weight or reps don't increase week by week, or at least effort level, your body has no reason to adapt. Growth happens only when there's challenge. One way to guarantee this is to train close to failure, especially on your last 1 to 2 sets. If you finish a set and could have done 5 more reps, you're leaving gains on the table. Push hard. Leave nothing easy. Next, let's fix the second most common mistake: under-eating protein. You could have the best training in the world, but without enough protein, your body can't rebuild the muscle you're breaking down. You want to aim for 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. That's backed by multiple studies. And don't just eat it all at once. Space it out evenly across the day to maximize synthesis. Now let's talk about the secret recovery tool nobody uses: sleep. A 2011 study showed that even slight sleep restriction, going from 8 hours to 5.5 hours, cut muscle gain in half during a strength program. So if you're training hard, eating right, and still not seeing gains, check your sleep. That might be the missing link holding back your progress. Now here's the part nobody talks about. Not everyone builds muscle at the same speed. Beginners? You'll grow fast. Intermediates? Slower. Advanced lifters? Much slower. And that's completely normal. For example, my client Sam trained for years with no results. Once we fixed his protein, recovery, and training frequency, boom. Visible gains in 8 weeks. He didn't train harder, he trained smarter. But even if you do everything right, there's one more factor: body fat. When you're over 20% body fat, your body becomes less efficient at building lean mass. That's why a leaner body tends to grow faster. So should you bulk or cut first? Here's the rule. If you're above 20% body fat, cut. Below 15%, lean bulk. In between, pick the goal that motivates you most. To recap, if you want to gain muscle fast, you need to train with frequency and intensity, eat enough protein, sleep like it's your job, and stay lean enough for optimal growth. You don't need perfect genetics. You don't need to be in the gym for 2 hours a day. You just need a plan that works, and the discipline to stick with it. Want to shortcut the guesswork? I've created a free guide breaking down exact macros, workout splits, and progressive overload tracking. Link in the description.